Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video of the Awesome Off. Today, I'm going to be doing a new series. I think I may have explained it in my recent Hearts Fine 4 series, where it's a series. Basically, it is inspired from let me remember his channel name. If I can find it. So AdZ Pro is inspired from that. I'm not copying him whatsoever. It's inspired. If you do think it's copying, then I have sent a message to him, basically saying that I want to do this. And is it okay? I haven't got a reply from him yet. If he says no, then I'll take videos down. But other than that, I'm just going to start making videos. So, what is this video about? Well, it's about what if Windstar Kingdoms entered into our world. Bear in mind that in this video, humans have been extinct for a good couple of 100,000 years, give or take. And so there is basically no signs of past human inhabitants. So there's not really any cities, or there's not really any infrastructure or anything like that. It's basically all gone. We might even crack up to a couple million years. So um, humans have been, they've been gone for a couple million years, and so um, the kingdoms from the Wings of Our universe, they have had portals open up in their kingdoms that leads to the human world, that leads to Earth. And so the first kingdom that is going to slip through is going to be, in my eyes, it's most likely going to be the Nightwings. And Nightwings, I think, are probably going to come out at around the Europe area. And um, I see thinking about now, the Nightwings. Actually, no, it won't be the Nightwings. I don't think the Nightwings would have come out at the Europe area. You guys might disagree, and that's absolutely fine if you disagree. But I think the Skywings will come out in the Europe area, yeah, mostly around the Alpine mountain range, so like Switzerland and Austria area. So they come out at around here. Oh, oh, hang on a minute, hang on. I've done an error. Hang on. Okay, there you go. I think that's right. Put that there. Okay. They're gonna come out. I was just checking that. They're gonna come out around the Switzerland area, around where the Alpine mountain range is. So they're gonna come out of the portal at around here. Um, Actually, like I might just draw their little settlement area. like so, and then make sure it's all linked up so that the color can't leak through. Okay, and then we're gonna color it in. So that's where the Skyrim is going to appear from. They're going to appear um, um, definitely around this area, um, and so um, so there were so the Skyrings will appear there, and we're going to focus on the Skyrings and probably the introduction of one of the other tribes. But the Skyrings, they are quite unaware that they don't know that much of this terrain. But because the Skyrings will be under the rule of Queen Scarlet, I will be changing things around. So you will have some of the tyrannic queens, and then other kingdoms will have like different queens and whatnot, and so you have this sort of like weird conundrum. Um, so Scarlet, she's going to be in full control of this settlement, and so what we're going to do is, I hope I get this right, is we are going to have a circle, and we're going to paint the circle. Let's do it black. Oh dear. And so the black circle is going to be where basically the settlement quote unquote capital is, because I don't think the kingdoms use capitals. I know they use palaces and whatnot, but I don't think they use capitals. They might use capitals, so I'm going to use capitals. And then once they get large enough, then you would have like um, the capital will grow and whatnot. And so the Skyrim Kingdom is probably going to expand. Well, this new kingdom is probably going to push out. They're probably going to scout the area, so they're going to send scouts out and just like push around. Oh dear. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So they're gonna go here. Okay. So I am being a bit of a donut at the moment. Okay, that's small enough. Okay. So the Skywings push out, and they just like they expand their territory, and they start to explore their area, and they push out more or less equally because they want to know of this new world. They want to know if there's any of their enemies back home, and we're going to have it so the war that lasted 20 years has recently ended, but tensions are still relatively high. Um, So Queen Glacier's going to be in charge. She's going to be Queen of the Ice Wings. Queen Scarlet is going to be Queen of the Sky Wings. Um, that one is going to be queen of the Night Wings. Queen Glory is going to be queen of the Main Wings. You're going to have uh, uh, Queen Coral, who's going to be in charge, who's going to be queen of the Sea Wings, and then you're going to have Queen Monarch, who's going to be queen of the Silk Wings. I'm gonna put Io as queen of the. No, actually, hang on a minute. I'm thinking. Hang on. No, no. Queen Monarch will be queen of the Leaf Wings. I do apologise. I know that there's probably a lot of Winds of Fire fans that are absolutely raging at the screens. I do apologise for that. And then you're going to have Queen Wasp. He's going to be queen of the Hive Wings. So, and then I might put Queen Io, like Io as queen of the Silk Wings. Most likely, actually, let me look that up. Queen. I might have it completely on its head. Queen Monarch. Oh, I'm being such an idiot. So Queen Monarch is queen of the Silk Wings. I'm being such a moron. And then queen of the Leaf Wings. Sequoia. Hang on, let me see how this is said. I do apologise, guys. Let me just have a quick look how this is said. Sequoia. So it's Sequoia. And Sequoia will be queen of the Leaf Wings. So Scarlet is the first one to arrive in this new world. And she immediately starts to send out scouts, and she starts telling them what to do and gather as much resources, and she just wants power. She wants to expand her influence in this new world. She wants to become the most powerful kingdom. I mean, even though the Skywings are technically the most powerful kingdom currently, so they carry on expanding out, and they just carry on making their borders bigger and bigger. But Queen Scarlet, once they get to the Alps, which are around here, if I am correct, she will most likely move her settlement, her new settlement, to completely take over the mountain range and claim it for herself, and just expand her power here, her reign. And as they're expanding southwards, they come to the northwest coast of what would be Italy, and they then start to expand along the coast of France and Italy, and they just search along this coast here. But then they stop expanding because most likely because tensions are starting to build up again back home, and so Queen Scarlet diverts her attention from her settlement here, which is now technically a small kingdom, to her home kingdom, and she's probably going to put probably her daughter in charge, formerly, who is Ruby's, in charge, and Ruby Tourmaline will be under the influence of the earring, which Chameleon enchanted to make Ruby slash Tourmaline completely obedient to whatever Scarlet says. And so Scarlet tells her daughter to carry on expanding the borders. You got to bear in mind that this doesn't happen really quickly. This probably takes a good couple of years for them to expand their borders. So under her mother's orders, Ruby sent out more search parties down south, and that's when they come in contact with the Adriatic Sea. I'm pretty sure it's called the Adriatic Sea. Yes, it is called the Adriatic Sea, so I'm correct. And they now have a very strong foothold here. Now, some Skywings here, you get quite a lot of Skywings who are very loyal to Scarlet's cause. But because you've got this new settlement here, some Skywings will be less loyal to Scarlet, and you will probably start to have a uprising that will slowly grow throughout this new settlement or this new kingdom, with Queen Ruby as being in charge of this new kingdom. So I'm going to turn down the color, and I'm gonna make oh dear, hang on, give me a second, guys. I'm going to make hang on, let me make that darker. Okay, there you go. So can I make it? Yeah, we'll just make it that color. Okay. So the capital is now like a dark blood red. And the reason why I did that is because Queen Ruby, who is she's a very red princess. If I actually look up Wings of Fire, Ruby, she is very red, and so I think it's only fair to make the capital red. I'm not going to make see, can I change the? Yeah, I can. There you go. Okay, so I just changed the color of the new kingdom. Technically Puppet Kingdom, because it's still under Scarlet's control. But she's put her daughter as a puppet queen. So so that's what's going on. So you've got Skywings who have entered into the world, but because they are technically further away, like a lot further away from the Tyrant Queen, who is Scarlet, they will most likely feel a lot more empowered to take control, or at least make Ruby have more control than she can have. So you get this. If I actually push it back a bit, so if I make this like so if I make this color of Scarlet, so like an orange color, this is going to signify that it is the capital is like blood red, so that signifies that Ruby is the queen, but the kingdom is going to be more of Scarlet's color, so it's going to be a puppet of Scarlet. But you are going to start to have this absolute explosion in uh, the first part of this sort of like it's not a full blown rebellion or anything like that. It's just some Skyrims who are starting to become unhappy, being constantly controlled by Scarlet, and they were too scared to speak up against Scarlet back at the Skyrim Kingdom. But here, because they feel more free, they will most likely be more confident in um, trying to overthrow Scarlet's control over her daughter. So you could see like little pockets um, appear, probably down at the south, and then probably like down here. But some of them might get dealt with really quickly. So you could have like these two get cleared up, but then the other two might be more difficult. You could have quite a battle that ensues, and you get like more of like a push out of this one, and then this one pushes out quite a lot, and actually takes over the whole southern part of or the southern tip of this new Skyrim kingdom, which we will name. Ruby sends word of this to her mother, and Scarlet is not happy. Scarlet is very annoyed, and what she does is she sends through reinforcements to deal with the rebellion, the rebellious Skyrims, and she shuts down one of the rebellions rather quickly. But the second one has gained traction, quite a lot of traction, and so they do push quite aggressively, and they do take over quite a bit of Ruby's kingdom. But as more and more Scarlet loyalists come through the still open portal, they are going to start pushing back quite aggressively, and they're going to start pushing back quite equally actually. And they completely shut down this rebellion act, and so the rebellions are taken over pretty swiftly. Probably in a good couple of months, they are taken over. They're just shut down. They're punished. Because it's Scarlet, they will probably be executed or put into jail or whatnot, or put in the arena back home, and whatnot. But then we are going to have our second kingdom, who is going to come through, and this second kingdom is going to be the arch nemesis of Scarlet. We are talking about the Rainwings, and the Rainwings are going to come, and they are going to appear in probably the northeastern part of South America, so probably somewhere around here. So they're going to appear here. They're most likely going to appear on the coast. It depends where the portal really takes them. But they're most likely going to expand relatively quickly. You got to bear in mind that because humanity has been extinct for quite a long time, it allows the planet to recover. So the forests recover, the planet becomes relatively more greener, especially around the rainforest parts, and so the rainforests become quite a bit larger. And so the trying to think now. The oh, God damn it, I've lost my train of thought. The rainwings, they do put their first settlement capital down right here, and they'll most likely put it next to the coast, just away from any potential enemies that appear. And Queen Glory will be probably, she will most likely be occupied with keeping the rainwings in order and just making her kingdom better. One thing I forgot to mention in here is the rainwings and the nightwings will not be conjoined in one kingdom. They will be separate. And so the nightwings will most likely just like come through, and they will definitely want to push through very quickly. And so that is what's going to happen. And so I'm actually going to paint the capital more of like a sky blue, honestly. And the reason why is because if I actually look up, yeah, Glory is like honestly, she's more of a yeah, I think it's more of that color. It's a bit darker, honestly, but um, I think that if it gets too dark, then capsule's going to blend in too much. So the rainwings, they are more cautious than the um, than the skywings. The skywings, they're more aggressive in expanding, but the rainwings, they're not going to be as aggressive. They're going to expand, obviously, and they're going to definitely take over quite a bit of the rainforest and just expand their borders. And while they do so, they will most likely install, or not install, but like construct um, um, oh, oh my bad. They will most likely construct smaller. It's either they will construct smaller, or they would I'll just get rid of that. They would move their capital more inland, away from the ocean. Um, so they won't like move it like bit by bit as they expand. They would most likely expand quite a lot, and then move their capital or palace. Queen Glory would probably put um, she will probably put I don't think she'll put Kinkajou in charge, because Kinkajou, she's too young. But also I don't think like Kinkajou. I feel like Queen Glory would want Kinkajou to be free. She would, because she's that sort of, she's got that sort of like spirit to her. She's got more of a free energy to her. So I don't think it would work well with Kinkajou being this sort of like ruler of this new oh god, what would you call it? Settlements of the Rainwing Kingdom. So she would probably put ah what's the name? Grandeur? Yeah, Grandeur. She'll probably put Grandeur in uh in in as like queen of this new settlement. Um, and then once that's in place, Grandeur will definitely order that search parties go out along the coast. They'll take over this island because they'll see this island, and then they'll take it over, probably make it as an outpost. And then after some time, they will stop expanding, and then they will start to flesh out their borders. And the reason why they would flesh out their borders is because if they are attacked, then they're this new settlement slash kingdom won't get cut off as easily from like an attack. So this expansion would take another good couple of years. So that's providing if the Raymond's come through like maybe a couple of weeks after the Skyrim come through, or maybe even a month. So the Raymond's will be a little bit behind. But during the time that the Raymond's are like still expanding and whatnot, Queen Ruby would have expanded her puppet kingdom more, and she would have most likely taken most of the Italian peninsula by now, and she's only got like this. Oops, sorry. This little part here, she's got like Sicily and just like the foot or the toe of Italy. But she would have most likely um, pushed more inland and just like taken over um, what would have been Eastern France and Liechtenstein and Western Austria, and she would just claim more and more territory, of course, by the order of her mother. And she would just expand the borders of her kingdom. Technically, her mother's kingdom, but it is her kingdom. It's just that her mother is just telling her what to do. And so, oh, mm, I think um, they would definitely push more up north, and the reason why I think they would push more up north is because they want to secure their um, palace. They want to make sure that Queen Ruby is as safe as possible. So there would probably be a lot of guards around the palace and whatnot. And the Skyrings would be rather. They would be rather unforgiving when they're expanding. But again, like over time, these Skyrings they will become more and more independent from the main Skyrim kingdom back home. Um, another war would probably erupt. Probably not a full blown continental war between all of the kingdoms, but there'll probably be a war between um maybe between the Samwings and the Skywings, maybe. It depends, honestly. So a war maybe erupts in the the home world, and that drags um attention that pulls Scarlett's attention away from her overworld um kingdom that her daughter is in control of. And so as this go on, months go by, and the, the steady flow of messages to and from like between her daughter and herself, she notices that probably not at first because she's so busy with watching her tournaments and with the war and everything like that, over time she would notice that the flow of notes would start to slow and most likely stop. And so, by the time she notices that something is wrong, this is already too late because most likely during this time, I would think that the Skywings of the kingdom on Earth, they've gotten wise to that something is wrong with their queen, with Queen Ruby, and they would have probably most likely now noticed that Queen Ruby is under a spell, and they've gotten hold of that necklace. They've most likely, of course, Queen Ruby isn't going to like it, but they're going to pin down Ruby. They're going to remove that earring, and Queen Ruby is going to revert back to Tourmaline. And so what that does is now it goes from under the control of Scarlet to being under the control of Tourmaline. And this is really not good news for Scarlet, because now Scarlet has effectively lost her puppet. And the capital sorry, I do apologize. The capital does become a slightly brighter color. There you go, slightly brighter color. And so now this new kingdom is now completely independent from Scarlet. Scarlet doesn't like this at all. And she launches a full-on assault on Tourmaline's, or her daughter's, kingdom. And they push out and they just start to just invade the area. But Tourmaline is ready. She is ready. Tourmaline is a fighter, and she is going to fight her mother to the last dragon. She will push her mother out of this kingdom, and this causes an all-out war. All of the Skywings in Tourmaline's who are under Queen Tourmaline's control, they have become anti-Scarlet. They do not like Scarlet one bit. You might have a few rebels who, fly away and probably make their own little settlement, whatnot. But most of these Skywings are going to become either between like neutral and like soft anti-Scarlet, or they are going to become Skywings who are going to try everything they can to distance themselves from Scarlet. They don't like Scarlet. They don't want to know anything about Scarlet. And so they push back very aggressively. They encircle the loyalists, the Scarlet loyalists, and they secure the portal, and whatever loyalists that come out, they will imprison. Tourmaline is not like her mother. She does have the aggression of her mother and whatnot, but she will not kill for the fun of it. She's not like that. And so she will imprison all of these loyalists in probably like a makeshift prison. Like she'll probably have her Skywings in her kingdom make like a makeshift prison and like have all these loyalists imprisoned, like tied up, so they can't fly away, they can't run away and whatnot. And then once she's got the prison constructed, most likely in the Alps, she will put them in that prison and just have them locked away. So, what's happened so far? So we've had Scarlet's forces come into onto planet Earth and install a settlement which has grown under the I say watchful eye of Ruby or Tourmaline. But as it's expanded, Scarlet's control has wavered. It's become weaker because there has been a war between another kingdom that has erupted, and so Scarlet has become more involved. She has put more resources into this war that is happening in the homeworld, and that has allowed the Skywings in this new kingdom, who most of them have really not liked Scarlet at all. They haven't liked Scarlet to begin with, but their hatred has grown. It has grown ever since they've been here. Probably a good couple of years have passed. Probably even close to a decade. Probably like 6 or 7 years have passed here, and the Skywings now, they have not overthrown Ruby, but they have liberated Ruby from Scarlet's crazy control, basically. I do apologize if I can't say that word properly. By taking the earring off. So now Ruby refers to Tourmaline, and Tourmaline is now in control of this kingdom. Scarlet gets wind of this, but her forces arrive too late. And it's not quite enough forces because she's having to deal with a war back home. And because of that, Tourmaline has more soldiers under her command who are loyal to her and not loyal to Scarlet, and they push back Scarlet's forces through the portal. Not all of them. She does imprison, I would say, a good 50-60% of the forces that come through, which we need to go because Scarlet can't really pull away that many forces from the front line in the homeworld. It's probably a couple thousand Skywings, but probably not even that. Probably a couple hundred Skywings. Probably close to 1,000 Skywings who have been imprisoned. And are under the flag of Queen Tourmaline, and the Skywings who are loyalists to Tourmaline, they are very happy that they have a queen who doesn't treat them like cannon fodder, B actually cares about them, and C is a queen who actually is able to think and doesn't just put on things for show and whatnot, and actually, does proper things as a proper queen. While all around the globe, on the other side in South America, Rainwing forces have pushed through this portal, and they've appeared in a massive forest, which is the Amazon forest, and after this settlement is established, Queen Glory tells Grandeur to take over control of the settlement, but to keep in contact with her. And so the Rainwings expand out, and they just explore the coastline. And then after some time of exploring the coastline, they then slow down and then they stop expanding. But then they slightly expand inland. They take more of the forest over. And then once they are happy that they've taken enough of the forest over inland, they then move their capital slash palace, or like makeshift palace, away from the coast because they don't want a surprise attack to happen and then for their palace to completely, fall under enemy hands. So they move it inland, to where it's more secure. So that's the situation we've got. We've got the Rainwings and the Skywings in this world. There will be many more expansions going on, and there will be new kingdoms coming in, and just other things will happen. So anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, give it a thumbs down. I do apologise for the lack of editing or the lack of music. I'm not really able to acquire any music without having the fear of being hit with a what do you call it? Oh god, where they claim money off your video for like using their let me see if I can find it. This isn't a copyright, so it's a copyright claim, and I just don't want that. I just don't want that. So that's why I don't really use music and whatnot. So I do apologise if you guys are a bit bored of that. I do apologise. But the next video, we will be seeing the two current kingdoms expand more and just explore their surrounding territory some more, and then we'll probably see the introduction of maybe someone like the Ice Wings or the Night Wings, or maybe the Sea Wings, or maybe even the High Wings. You just have to wait until next episode. Anyway, guys, this is the Ardos Moth. Peace.